Earlier this year, I was asked to produce some frames to surround these granite plaques here. They're for outdoor use, and I was really reluctant to use wood. These are going to be shown in a prominent public place, and if anyone ever forgot to maintain those wood frames properly, it would look pretty bad. So I thought right away of composite deck material. I've got some left over from a deck construction job, and I wondered how this would work in a fine woodworking application. As it turns out, I'm pretty impressed. The material machines very well. You can join it strongly, even though it's made at least half of plastic, and it looks really well and continues to look good outside for many, many years. So I want to show you what I learned, beginning with how you make this deck material flat and true. Using composites for any kind of fine work would be impossible if it didn't machine well. And the reason is because these boards aren't exactly regular and true. In fact, they're intentionally untrue. If you take a close look, you'll see that the top of this board, the wood grain, the fake wood grain surface, is actually crowned. They do that on purpose so that it'll shed water. And the bottom side, too, is often dished. So the jointer cures that kind of problem with solid wood, and it happens to work every bit as well with composites, too. I think one of the most surprising things that I've learned about fine composite woodworking is just how tightly the joints come together. And if you take a look at this is a cope and style joint here. It's the same sort of thing that you'd use for a regular wood cabinet, but you have to look really, really hard to see that there's any joint line at all there. That's partially because of the 4-hour epoxy that I use to join the pieces together, but also just because the material machines so crisply that there's no error. It just comes together flat and true and without gaps. I've got routed profiles here on the inside of the frame as well as on the outside, and it's as crisp and true as you'd get with any kind of hardwood. Over here on the back, you can see I've chiseled out a corner in order to make it square, because after putting the plaque in place, I'm going to be putting a plywood back behind it to protect the granite. So I needed to have square corners, which I chiseled out with a sharp hand chisel and a mallet. The bottom line, as I've discovered, is that composite deck materials machine every bit as precisely as fine hardwoods. They weather very well outside. You can join them with 4-hour epoxy, and they help out where regular wood just wouldn't be able to handle the weather. I'm Steve Maxwell, and thanks for watching.